All right, let's go. If you're tired of not feeling fit, tired of just not having a focus, tired of just not having the financial resources that you deserve, this is the place to be. I'm Jason Yarusi. This is the Live 100 podcast, the place you come to break the habits that no longer serve you so you can build the momentum to get the life that you truly deserve. Today, I want to talk about just life lessons that you probably didn't even need to know, but here we are giving you life lessons. Today and always we talk about self-optimization. But if you want to know where your starting line is, you could take this free assessment at jasonyarusi.com. It's a free Live 100 assessment. You go answer a few questions. It just gives you an indication of just how you're showing up. Because many times, I had a friend who says that you can't truly see how you're showing up because it's like we're inside the jar and we can't see the label. And if you think about that, right, many times we just can't look outwards at ourselves of just how we're actually going through our day, our life, just the world as is. So I want to talk about a few moments here, right? Number one, don't cling to a mistake that you've made just because you've spent a long time making it. Think about it. Sometimes we spend all this time, building this business or doing this activity or just doing something that ends up being a mistake. And we say, well, I just got to continue to push it through because I spent all this time doing it. You can think about bad relationships you've been in. You've been in a relationship and because you put in all this time to it, it ends up it wasn't the right relationship because you put all this time in it. You feel like you have to stay into it, right? So it's hard to break loose, but you have to break the chain when it's a mistake. Number two, life is just 100% better when you create your own path. We want so many things handed to us, given to us, offered to us, donated to us. We're always asking for favors, right? But you truly can feel at ease and truly feel just so grateful when you've taken the reins of your life and built the path to the success you have. Number three, always have cash, right? I see, this horrible storm that just happened, Helene, that just decimated so many people, and then people are just having trouble because they have no cash, right? I came from a world of always working in bars where we just always had cash, right? And cash, they say cash is king, right? And it is not quick like it used to be because now you can just go push a button, put your phone to something, all these other things. But when the internet's out, right, when you can't go and use a card or do anything from that, cash is always king. So I'd always say, think about it. Like you have, cash, enough cash to be able to go rent a car, stay in a hotel for 3 nights, go get food at least for 4 days. And potentially, on that front, just think of the other things you need. So $1,200, $1,500 of cash just sitting aside just in case you need it at any given moment. Number four, don't take advice from ones who are giving it to you that have never done what you want to do. Seems simple though, but so many times we take feedback from people that honestly aren't in the right pace in their own life to be given feedback to us. So think about it. Who are you taking advice from and why are you taking advice from them? They can come from a place of giving, a place of caring, but honestly, if you want to go out there and get fit and you're taking advice from someone who says, oh, you shouldn't be running so much, you're going to hurt your knees and they're 400 pounds. Well, you have to think about this. Like, what am I doing? So ask yourself, are you taking guidance and taking feedback from the right person? And if not, then don't listen and find other people who are on the path to the destination that you want to be at. Number five, just keep yourself prepared, right? Go and understand how to protect yourself, protect your mind, from meditation, protect your body just in that fact, whether you learn how to use a firearm or you start to take martial arts to do something else, right? Not to go out there and hurt someone, but just to understand that the world at large is very unpredictable and you need to be prepared to protect yourself, and protect your loved ones. So understand that you need to understand the level of protection you need and then go out there and implement it. So you are prepared for the moment when it comes. Hopefully it never does, but if it does, you are the one who's in the position to be best prepared. Number six, you need to make the opportunities show up and not wait for them to appear. So many times we just want to sit back and say, well, woe is me. I'm not lucky. I can't have things come my way. Nothing's working out for me. I don't know. Nothing's just falling my way. But the ones who are truly lucky are the ones who are out there when it's not ideal, when it's not great, right, to make it happen. I remember when I was running long distances, right, and doing my next 100-mile race, I just got up every day and ran. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't fun. I ran 6 miles every day. It was freezing out. some days. It was 100 degrees some days. My knee hurts. Pulled groin. Just sick. Right? Just didn't matter. I just did it because that was what needed to be done to be prepared for that. And lo and behold, I was able to run 100 miles because I showed up. People who go out there and do and create massive businesses, they're not waiting for the idea to show up. They're going out there and taking action, grasping, learning as they go, and just knocking it out of the park because they're in there dialed in. Number 7 is, honestly, buy flood insurance. If you're not in a flood zone, buy flood insurance. This Helene hurricane is one thing, but I've seen this happen up in New Jersey many times that people do not live in flood zones. And in fact, all of a sudden a flood happens and they're decimated because they didn't have flood insurance. If you're not in a flood zone, flood insurance is just very cheap. So if you have a home and you're paying a mortgage, you have all these parts to get your home covered, $100,000 of just personal property and 20 something thousand of living expenses or more, just in flood insurance for just putting down $500 or $600 for flood insurance. Just go buy flood insurance. Just have it. Just so you don't have to worry about these one random things that come out of nowhere. Number 8, right? It's you want to be a genius. You have to look foolish first. Let that sink in. So many times we want to look perfect, but we're not willing to look foolish. But you have to look foolish to become ideally great at something. Every time you started something, right, you were not your best at it and you had to struggle through that. But now as we grow older, we do not want to be in position, right, to look foolish. We don't want to look silly. We don't want to do this part, but you have to look silly to be the genius that shows up later. I think we're at number 9, but number 9 is that life is just full of conflict. And you can either say, oh, woe is me, be Eeyore, right? Oh, woe is me. Oh, it's horrible and all this part. Or just enjoy it because that's the life in front of you and you're in figure it out mode. You can look through life as if the sadness and the anger is all something that's built upon you, or this is opportunities for you to grow through. And the more you put the emphasis on becoming better, becoming larger, becoming more of the person that you deserve to be to live your 100, then life shows up for you. Do I have anything else to finish out with number 10? You want your freedom, and freedom becomes from being happy. And honestly, happiness comes from going out there and creating progress. And progress is done through showing up and being courageous in times when you want to be fearful to the moment. Right, from asking out that girl or calling that client or going and trying some hard race or anything in between. Right, it takes action, and the action creates the life of happiness that is the freedom that you're seeking in your life. So I'll leave you here with that. Let these sink in and go back and listen to these and share these with some other person out there who just needs to just think outside the box to how they're living their life today to get the next level, to live the 100 that they deserve. This is how we build together. This is how we grow together. This is how we become better, is that we share what we've learned across and what our feedback is, so I can level up you and you can level up the next person and carry on from there. All right, that's what I got today. If you can do anything for us, go down there and leave us an honest ratings and review. It constantly helps the show grow and continue to get out there to the masses. Let's do this.